Okay. Well, I guess my next question for you, Steve, is what would be your fondest memory, Karno?
To be honest, it's very hard because there are a lot. I mean, I've spoken often about calling up birds for circling and eagles flying alongside us and him disappearing. All those things are important, and they are because they actually create major questions about what reality is, because Karno's form of reality was different. But to be honest, the lasting impression I have of Karno, I mean, I could nearly write a book about what are miracles, but to me, it's the fact that when he looks at you, when he wants to, and Darren's mentioned it, you've heard me mention to other people too, he looks through you. It's a bit like you, to an extent, that you're being judged, but not by him, but just that he can see through you, and when he reads you, he reads everything about you. And when he does that, you sort of know he's doing it, and then he gives you that smile. And Christine will know what I'm talking about. I'm sure Umbalara will too. And I remember once on one occasion, and the one thing I do remember is this one occasion when Karno came here. He was out the back, and he was asking me questions that he knew I couldn't answer, and having a wonderful time doing it. And he really did have a great time, and it went on for quite some time. And at the end of it, when he came up, he said, you know, I've been testing, and he gave me a hug, right? And a big smile, and I knew what he was doing. And then someone come up to me. It was Paul, actually, I remember this, and he said, God, you must feel bad after that. I said, well, what do you mean? He said, well, all night long he was paying you out, asking you questions you couldn't answer, and you didn't get them right. And he was laughing about it, and you were laughing a bit too. It must have been hard for you. I said, no, you missed it, mate. I said, here's the question I want to ask you. How many times did he pay you out? He said, oh, none. I said, well then, the way I see it, I've done much better than you have, because he went to the trouble to pay me out. One day, maybe, and he did the next day, by the way, he might pay you out a bit too. But remember, when he's doing this to teach you an answer that you can't find. And he does it with a smile on his face. So for me, it's not the miracles, and there's been plenty of them. It's just the way that he gives that information, the way he does it. Yeah. So primarily it's that. It's the fact that the way he does this, the way he presents that information, is done in a way that is very strict, very locked into protocol, but it's done with a smile on his face. And it really is a genuine smile when he's smiling at you. While he's disassembling you in front of others, he does it with such grace and with such a sense of humour that it's a pleasure. And I considered myself lucky to be questioned so many times and being asked questions that I could never get right. And then on one occasion I did. I still remember that, probably the 10th or 11th time I got a question right. And I boasted about the fact that I got it right. And his comment was, well, I've been waiting long enough for that. Let's see if we can get it right again. That's what I remember most about him. Not so much what he did, but the delivery. The delivery.